What's up, guys? It's your boy Tyler. Garage Goons is back with another episode, and you're watching the most trash show on YouTube. So today, because I just felt like making some content, and I am waiting on something to come in. It's been delayed. It's coming in on Monday now. It's annoying because I can see it's like 30 miles away, but you know, USPS be tripping sometimes. So my glove, I'm getting new boxing gloves, guys. So just to add to my rotation, another type of boxing gloves. It's gonna be awesome. Can't wait for them to come in. But in the meantime, I'm gonna give you some game on how to clean your fight equipment. Okay, so I just wanted to talk quickly about. Listen, there's a lot of ways that you can clean your equipment. I'm just going to go over what I have here today. I have warm water, and I have a teaspoon of soap in there. And for me personally, I like using hand soap. And here's my thinking on it. It's hand soap generally, like dish soap, is decent for your hands. Like it usually moisturizes your hands, like Dawn's claim to fame and Palmolive's claim to fame is like you get a free moisturization every time you use it. So I like to use dish soap because it's good for your skin, so therefore it's not going to be so harsh on your leather. Like, you know, if you use Clorox wipes, it doesn't say, you know, you can wipe your kid's ass with this, or you could wipe your hands with this. It says you can wipe surfaces with this, but it's not recommended for, you know, dermal use. So I tend to like to use dish soap. This one is called Open Nature. This just happened to be on sale at Vaughn's, but I generally like to recommend, when my students ask, either apple cider vinegar or dish soap, and clear dish soap specifically. Apple cider vinegar is a great cleaning agent. It's not going to harm your leather. It's not going to be bad for your gloves at all. But it smells like apple cider vinegar. So if you want your gloves to smell like apple cider vinegar, that's great. It doesn't smell like sweat and everyone's going to be fine with it. But I just want my leather to smell like leather as long as possible. So I'm not trying to put all kinds of like fragrances or like, you know, really pungent, strong smells in there. So I usually use warm water. It looks like it's steaming, but it's lukewarm. It's just because it's cold in this garage. And a teaspoon of whatever dish soap you have. It's not the end of the world if it's dyed or colored, but just know that you're cleaning your equipment with something that's colored. So if it's white and you have, let's say, blue dish soap, you know, you might be affecting it negatively. So it might not be the best choice. Try to go clear if you can. Okay, so today I have my all-day hit and move boxing gloves, and I decided, hey, why not give them a clean? They're a little dirty, you know. I usually clean my gloves, I don't know, once a month. But also I have these rags. I'm going to use these, but I do suggest using microfiber cloth because it's soft, and you don't want to do anything abrasive to your gloves. They're not designed to be roughly scrubbed against. So I'm going to be very gentle with this, but I'm just going to dab it in here, kind of wring it out a little bit, dab it in, wring it out, and then just a nice little wipe down. You know what I mean? And you know, you don't have to get it sopping wet. You don't want to like soak your glove because you're ultimately going to want to dry it after. But yeah, just a nice thorough wipe down. Once over, if there's a dirty spot you want to kind of go over a little bit, you can go over that. But this is how these gloves are a year old, and obviously they're a bright, loud color that's going to show marks more than like a black glove, for example. But this definitely has preserved my gloves and made them look and feel and smell still like leather to this day, when they could smell like sweat and ass and bacteria. You should be cleaning your gloves. So clean the outside of your glove like this, okay? And then on the inside, it is liner. It is liner, so it's not leather. It's not the same. So for me, what I tend to use, like to use, is Microban. You can also use Lysol. Lysol's perfectly fine, but I like Microban. I think it smells better than Lysol. But just a little, that's it. A little spray in there. Put your towel in there and move it around. Move it around. Get that Microban up in there. Okay? Inside of your glove is going to smell like Microban, which is a pleasant smell in my opinion. And the outside is going to smell like that beautiful leather smell. And hopefully you're, you know, going to preserve the lifespan of your glove. Okay? So boom. That's how you clean your gloves. I'm going to clean the other one since I just cleaned this one. I'm going to use a different towel because now it's got Microban and soapy water on it. So I don't want to put Microban on the outside of my glove. And by the way, guys, some guys will say, oh, Clorox wipes, Lysol wipes. That's not necessarily wrong. But my thing is, like, one of the top ingredients in those cleaning products is alcohol. And alcohol dries things out. You know what I mean? So leather, even though it's a hide and it's treated with all these oils, there's a process called tanning. In almost all leather products, they use this process called tanning where they soak it with oils and they chemically treat it and all this stuff. So it's not going to rot like some dead skin out in the wild. It's going to last, right? But you don't want to put something in there that's going to dry it out and suck all the oil out, right? So that's why I like to use a little bit of dish soap. And that's about it. You know, a little bit of dish soap and you know, a quick little wipe down, and your glove will thank you, and your partners will thank you because your glove won't smell like shit anymore. Okay, so another wipe down on my other glove. Okay, my right hand glove here. Now I'm going to use the dry part of the towel to go ahead and dry it off. And again, guys, be gentle with it unless you have a microfiber towel because you don't want to use abrasive on your glove and like shave down any of the label or embroidering or any of the cool shit on your glove or break down the fibers of the leather itself. Okay, so again, now we go on the inside, little Microban, quick little spray, okay? We're just trying to kill the bacteria. And if you read it, and if you really want to be thorough, it says, let sit for a minute before you wipe it down if you want to disinfect. So if you really want to let it soak and disinfect, you know, there's probably nothing wrong with that. But I have a strong belief the number one way to keep your gloves lasting a long time is letting them air out at the end of every practice, which I don't know if you could see that high, but up above my dryer, I have a boot warmer, and it also happens to work perfectly for gloves. Now, this is me being super thorough and nitpicky. But the other thing I like to do after my gloves are dried, I have to make sure they're all the way dry. So make sure you thoroughly dry them with your towel. No more moisture, okay? And wipe off if you have any little hairs or little dust or whatever that you wiped on there from your towel. Get those off, okay? Then the last thing I like to do, and this is cheap stuff, but it's fucking awesome, okay? Kiwi leather conditioning oil, okay? This is going to really preserve, if you have natural leather gloves, like actually not synthetic, okay? Real leather gloves, buy this. It's $5, okay? And what this does is it moisturizes your leather. Okay, your leather, even though it's treated with all those oils over time through the sweat and the salts and the repetitions and the fighting and the training and stuff, in airing out process, naturally it's going to want to degrade. Naturally it's going to get brittle. Naturally it's going to crack. But if you put something like this on here that's designed to condition your leather, that's going to really, really help in preserving the life of your leather. So this is like, I don't know if you can see it, but it's a consistency similar to Vaseline or Aquaphor or something like that. Just get a little dab on your hand, okay? A little dab like that on your finger. It doesn't take much. That's what's great. This can I've had for 4 years now, and I'm like less than halfway done with it. And I've used it several times on both my work boots and my boxing gloves. So, and it's a bitch to close. So maybe we'll deal with that later. No, I gotta close this shit. Yeah, I'll deal with it later. Okay, so I like to actually get a nice little coat, even coat on my hands like so. If you don't want it on your hands, be a grown-ass man or a grown-ass woman, put it on your hands, all right? Don't put it on your towel. Waste a towel and get your towel all full of oil. But I'm gonna really just give it a nice little shine, you know, nice little once over everywhere. Just touch your glove everywhere, okay? And then let it dry, okay? And then after this, I'm gonna put it back on the boot warmer, but just leave it in a warm, dry place, okay? And let it sit overnight. And usually I find that this slick layer over the top of my glove dissipates in about 24 hours. So if you're gonna train with it the next day, maybe don't do the kiwi oil, or maybe, you know, if you have a second pair of gloves, use those other gloves to rotate in, okay? And like I said, my hands are all, you can see how slick and shiny they are. And that dab, maybe one more little dab. Okay, I'm gonna try attempting to close this shit again. Ah, did we get it? We did, bitch. All right, again, gonna get it on my hands. Gonna get this all over the glove, okay? And you're gonna see a difference. You're gonna see it shining. You're gonna see it. It's gonna look brand new, and that's because you're rubbing life into the Velcro. It loves this. It soaks it up. You'll notice if you leave it in a warm, dry place, this stuff will magically dissipate in about 24 hours. You don't need to cake it on there, guys. Just a nice, thin, glazed coat on there, okay? And this is how I take care of my leather gloves, because I really want them to last. Listen, I'm not made of money. I'm no rich man. You know what I mean? And so I'm trying to make my investments. These are investments. These protect me and they protect my sparring partners, right? So they, you know, these are how I do what I love to do, right? So now, so take care of your shit, guys. It's really important. And spending an extra $5 on the kiwi oil, the kiwi leather conditioning oil, it's a game changer, guys. Look at this glove. Look at that thing. Look how it's sleek. Look how it's shining. Look how it looks. You know, ignore the war, you know, the war scars, right? But like, besides, you know, some markings, like, you know, from pairing shots you can see on the thumb and stuff, that's not dirt or grime. That's literally just where I've caught shots, you know what I mean, on the thumb mark. But if you ignore that part and like all the little tiny scuffs from, you know, crashing into other boxing gloves and pairing shots, look at this. It's beautiful. It's shiny. It looks brand spanking new. Look at that. And it's going to pay dividends, guys. This is how you get a $200 glove to last you 4 years instead of 1 or 2. Okay? Take care of your equipment and it'll take care of you. Now, that's how you deal with leather, okay? Synthetics, this is an upside to buying synthetics, okay, guys? I personally like the feel, the suppleness, and the responsiveness, and the smell, the texture, everything about leather I prefer, okay? But that's not to say that there's not some fantastic synthetic gloves out on the market that will give you all the same performance, and you might even like them better, okay? And one of the upsides to synthetics is it's not a hide, right? They don't have to go through a tanning process and be soaked in oils and treated chemically and all this stuff in order to last a long time. So I'm gonna put my gloves down here. The beautiful hit and move gloves. Can't wait till my new ones get on the way, because I love my hit and moves, and I wear them all. I wear them every day if I could, but they do get full of sweat, and no matter how much I treat them and take care of them, put them on the boot warmer, it's not good to just wear your gloves every single day, okay? I mean, if you can afford a pair of gloves, just take care of them best you can. Use them every single day, but if you can get a second pair that feel comfortable and that work well for you, go ahead and do that, and that way you can rotate out, so that way you get more life out of both your gloves and give them a chance to air out, you know, naturally, okay? The other thing is with synthetics, right? Synthetics, this is synthetic leather. These are my Venoms. You don't need this for that. It's just going to make it look slick. It's not going to absorb into there. There's nothing porous about this. There's nothing, this never was once living. This is a plastic based, I think they're calling it microfiber now, but basically any faux leather is like either some sort of plastic or you know, whatever. This is even easier. Watch. Step 1, get your microband. Step 2, spray the shit. Step 3, wipe it off. And that's it. That's it. Okay? And on the back side where all the sweat and stuff collects, same thing. Okay? Get your microband. Ugh. Spray it down. Spray down your foot. Okay? You can give that a wipe down too. I just recommend letting it air out a day, okay? All right. Spray down. Both sides. Wipe, wipe, wipe. Wipe, wipe, wipe. And boom. We're done. That's the upside to synthetics right there, baby. I mean, it's can't get much easier than that, right? And you could do this with Lysol. You could do this with, you know, the fabric Febreze. There's a whole bunch of shit. If it says disinfectant, you can basically use it on these. And as you can see, I don't know if how well in the light you can see, but you know, I just did a video on these. But you know, I wiped these down. These have held up really well, and they still look new. And part of that is because I clean them and take care of them. Okay. So that's how you deal with synthetics, and that's how you deal with leather. Like I said, there's 1,000 ways to skin a cat, guys. You know, that's my way of doing it. Other guys swear by, like I said, apple cider vinegar. That's a great way. Other guys, I know there are some leather cleaning products. I'm sure, you know, some guys use Clorox or Lysol wipes, which definitely disinfects your gloves and cleans your gloves. So I'm not hating on that. I just don't like the idea of harsh chemicals going on my leather boxing gloves. That's just how I personally feel about it. But you know, to each their own, but that's how I clean my equipment. So synthetics, whatever, bro. Wipes, sprays, whatever, wipe that shit down. You could also use the same soap technique if you want on your synthetics, but for leather, I always like to use dish soap and my kiwi conditioning oil. And I don't condition and oil them every time. I do that about every quarter, so like once every 3 months, like 4 times a year, because it doesn't need it every single time, but it is good to prolong the life of your gloves. And as you can see, once again, look how beautiful these fucking things look. These things look amazing. So that's how, guys and gals, take care of your equipment, okay? There's no reason not to clean your gloves. And definitely the last thing you want to do, if you do nothing else, if you've never cleaned your equipment once, take it out of your damn bag. If you're watching this right now and your gloves and your shin guards are in your bag, take them out. Take them out. I don't care if you're training tomorrow morning. I don't care if you're training at night. The more time they have to air out, the more time they will naturally dissipate bacteria, fungi, all kinds of nasty shit that builds up in there and makes it is gross for you, gross for your training partners, and it degrades the lifespan of your gloves, which you don't want. You spent your hard-earned money on that. You want to make it last for you. You want it to work hard for you because you work hard in the gym. So that's my video on how to clean your equipment. And yeah, Garage Goons, stay tuned, guys. I got a new pair of boxing gloves coming. I'll just tell you what they are. MK1 Selects. I got the MK1 Selects, the Velcro version, coming in the mail. They said Monday's going to be here, so maybe I'll shoot Monday, maybe I won't. But that video is definitely going to be the next one coming. So stay tuned for that. But that's how you clean your equipment. Yeah. Thank you for watching the most trash show on YouTube. Appreciate y'all. 100 subs. Let's get 200. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And we are out of this bitch.